good red sports car. Blue Mustangs and black. Hey.
I have to make this list bigger.
The Cadillac.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rob Peterson. I'm with Buick Marketing. I welcome you to the Buick stand in the Philadelphia Auto Show. Very pleased to be here. It's been a very exciting month here for us at Buick. We've got a couple really new products here that I think are very exciting. And we'll get into those in a little bit, but I want to tell you a little bit why we're so excited right now. When we closed out last year, Buick would close out what was one of a record-setting years. This marks our second year of over 1 million global sales, and we closed out with 1.17 million vehicles, making Buick the second largest brand in the GM portfolio, behind only Chevrolet. Here in the United States, we sold about 11% more than we did the year before. And that marks 5 years of growth. We're outselling other brands of comparable brands like Acura, Infiniti, Lincoln, and Audi. And then here in Philadelphia, this is our fourth largest market. And so we're very excited to be in Philadelphia. Very excited to come off of 2014 where we had a lot of great momentum. And earlier this month, while we were at the Detroit Auto Show, we also unveiled a couple additional vehicles as well. But before I get into that, I just want to take you a little bit through what's in our portfolio right now. Over at our Buick dealerships, much of the sales momentum is based on product. It's when you have great product, you can achieve great things. If you take a look at the graphic over to the side, you start off with our Enclave, which is really, it's the gem of our Buick brand. It is, for 7 consecutive years, it's had sales growth. This year marked its highest sales with 62,000 units. Right next to it is the Buick Regal, which was recently selected as the best value by Consumer Report in the compact luxury segment. In the middle here is the LaCrosse. It's the largest full-size vehicle. It's also the #1 selling vehicle in the full-size segment. The Verano, it's the #1 selling Buick right here in the Philadelphia market. And then the Buick Encore, which was recently introduced about 2 years ago, and now owns about 40% of one of the hottest segments in the industry, with sales of over 52,000, and there's no slowing it down right now. So you have a great product portfolio, great dealership experience, and with that, you can take a little bit of liberties, and you can invite people to experience these vehicles by offering a vehicle like the Cascada. The Buick Cascada, which is right over there, is a 2+2 convertible, soft top, which can be retracted in 17 seconds while you're traveling down at 31 miles an hour. So if you get the need to see the sun, all you have to do is reach down, pull the button, and your roof comes on off. It's thermally insulated, acoustically insulated, so the comfort and quietness that you come accustomed to with the Buick is also going to be baked into that. In addition, while the Cascada is going to attract people to our brand to see what we have to offer, we also want to paint a picture of what the future of the Buick brand can look like, and that's the vehicle that's right behind me, the Buick Avenir. Buick Avenir concept car was revealed again at the Detroit Auto Show with fantastic reviews. You can see the beautiful lines on it. The most important thing about this car is much of what you see here, much of what excites consumers, you're going to see in some of our future products. So to tell you a little bit more about that and the global design team that put this vehicle together, I'd like to introduce Holt Ware. Holt is the head of Buick Design. Holt.
Thank you, Rob. Very exciting to be here today to talk a little bit about Buick Design. I'm going to have a few highlights, and if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to try to answer them as best as I can afterwards. If you look at our global design organization, we're composed of about 9 different studios from around the world. Every day and every week, we talk about how we can push design and innovate and lead the industry. The one thing we all share is a passion for Buick. A good product of all this passion is the next generation or the new Buick Cascada. It truly is a Buick in every measure, but it's a little more dynamic than some of the other Buicks that you might see in the showroom here today. It gives you a good example of how we can expand the portfolio of Buick and their personalities. One thing I should mention is that the canopy on the convertible top is acoustically insulated and is thermally insulated, and that's true Buick, quiet and comfortable. A convertible for all seasons. When you drop the top, my favorite characteristic of the convertible is at the top of the windshield to the very top of the grille creates this wedge profile. It's very dramatic and will be very unique in the North American market. Another big win personally for me, I was pretty pumped up about having the 20-inch wheels because it really sets off a portion of the vehicle, and it's probably going to be one of the only guys in town with 20-inch wheels, so you can't have a wheel big enough for a designer. And the other thing I should mention too is if you see the line in the body side, how it dives through the door, it's very dynamic, real strong gesture, but there's a sense of elegance throughout the entire body side and how it wraps around the corner of the vehicle. Very sculptural, very beautiful, very Buick. So if you had to ask the question to the global design team, what is their vision for the pinnacle of Buick four-door luxury? Avenir would be the answer to that question. This is a very expressive sketch that Warwick did many months ago to kick off the concept of the Avenir. The Avenir has all the beautiful sculptural surfaces that a Buick should. It's accented by very crisp flowing lines, and they bring your eye and attention to certain areas of detail and jewelry throughout the vehicle. It gives this sort of timeless sense of beautiful elegance. When you see the vehicle inside you, it has dream proportions that all of us in the design center love to work on. Long dash to axle, low roof, long wheelbase, just this elegant, graceful profile. The sculptural surfaces that move through the side of the vehicle give this presence that the vehicle sits very strong on the ground, but at the same time is very agile and elegant. It also has the Buick sweep sphere flowing from the front of the headlamp, continuing through the body side, bouncing over the rear wheel and extending around the rear. So it's this 360-degree line that goes around the whole surface of the vehicle. We take a lot of inspiration in Buick now and in the past from luxury aircraft and aviation. The thing about that is you can see the wings where they've been integrated into the tail lamps, into the headlamps, and into the grille. And in this case, we're very excited about it because it's an innovative material that we're using in this lamp that makes that sculptural form not only beautiful and integrated to the exterior surface, but it's also functional and meets federal requirements for lighting. Also in the front, it does the same thing. So you get this really nice blend of sculpture and function. And then in every way we can in the exterior of the vehicle, we try to get the vehicle to create this intuitive relationship with the customer. So every little functional aspect and how it interfaces with the vehicle, we try to make it as comfortable and as seamless as possible. But as we would open this door, let me pass the microphone on to Rebecca, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about the interior and the color and trim. Thank you.
Thank you, Hall. My name is Rebecca Waldmeyer. I'm the Buick Color and Trim Manager. And just to give you an overview of what we do with color and trim is we design and select the materials, color, and finishes that are applied to the surfaces of the vehicle. I get to work, which is part of my fun part of my job, is I get to work with the interior and exterior studio daily in designing those details that you see in our Buick product. The Cascada really speaks to Buick's expectation of quality. A lot of the surfaces are wrapped in soft materials and invite touch. Details in the stitching and the unique seat perforation is something that is really attention grabbing. But it's also intuitive too, like the leather is heat reflective for the convertible driver. The Avenir was also a special project that we worked on. It was something that we really wanted to complement those sculptural forms and surfaces that Holt was speaking about. So when we designed the exterior color, we had a lot of blue undertone to it and a very refined metallic, so it would be very dramatic on the form. In the interior, we wanted to create an environment that was modern, but also inviting, very warm and soft. You can see in the vehicle in the images here that the colors, the dark gray and the light gray, complemented those sculptural surfaces that continued on from the exterior. But also the detail in the wood and the chrome was something that was very modern and warm also. The decor is something that is very unique for the vehicle, and it was actually inspired by natural elements in the way that the ocean meets the shoreline. The pattern is etched on the back surface and then painted from behind, so you see a lot of travel, depth, and movement. That type of pattern was also incorporated into the seat details and the refined stitching. And you can see on the exterior of the vehicle too, it was included in the headlamps and the tail lamps. So overall, a very modern and innovative interior and exterior design. So with that, we're going to have some small groups and take a look closer at the vehicles and answer any questions that you have. Thank you.